Hey, it's Friday. Yay! I'm at the post office and I have not finished my work for the day yet. I have a day job, in case you're new here and don't know. YouTube is not my whole life. There are people that seem to think it is. Like, why do you don't spend any time with your kids? And like, YouTube is literally like, most days it's maybe 1 hour of my whole day and that's it. And the rest of my day is taken up with other stuff. Oh, should I go that way or I'll go this way? Sorry. No, I have a day job. I am an intellectual property paralegal. I work with patents only. I don't work with trademarks. I've just never really had an occasion to work with them because I've been doing patents forever. Anyway, I've been a patent paralegal since 2007. And that's my day job. YouTube is just for fun. And I've always said, I don't take it very seriously. If I ever get tired of doing it, I'll just stop or not do it as much or whatever. It's just a hobby. That's why I don't really take it terribly seriously. I mean, I enjoy it though. I love it. I do. I really enjoy YouTube. I love coming up with new ideas for stuff every day, and I have a bunch of ideas and things I want to do, and it's always exciting. And that was one of the things I worried about when I first thought, hey, I like, making videos. One of my fears initially was that I would run out of ideas. That has not been a problem at all. I've made around 3,000 videos for YouTube, and I'm still coming up. I come up with new stuff. Subscribers give me fabulous ideas. So it's just like a wealth of information. I'm at a stoplight. It's just a wealth of information and ideas and new things like, oh, we could do that. We could do this, so it's awesome. And I don't remember what point I was going to make. But, oh, yeah. So I got up early this morning. I usually start work around 7:30 in the morning. I work from home, so I just basically go downstairs. Like, I get up, brush my teeth, get dressed, go downstairs and get to work. We don't even really do Zoom meetings or anything like that. I do all my communication by email or phone if needed. I don't even have to dress up for Zoom calls or whatever. I don't ever go into the office. Well, the office is in a totally different state. Their office is in Georgia, and I work with one attorney who lives in Seattle, so we're not meeting for lunch or anything. I swear he has a life I can never even begin to comprehend. He's a very nice person. He's very down to earth, super nice person. He is, let's see, they just moved to Seattle. He and his wife just moved there. She's retired. He's like semi-retired. He's 70, but he's very active. He likes to work and stuff like that. They have a life I cannot comprehend. They have goo gobs of money. They just do. He's been very successful in the stock market, and he makes really good money for what he does. And so anyway, he's like me. He works because he likes the job. He likes the work and doesn't want to that's the work he likes to do. And I love doing the work that we do. But anyway, so what I do, I get up early, and so it's 7:30 here, which means it's 4:30 where he is. He's up though. I promise you, by 4:30, 5 o'clock, he's already up. He's gone out for a walk or a run or something already, and he's probably heading back home by the time I get started working. He gets up early. He goes to bed early. I've worked with him off and on for years, and that's just how he does it. So anyway, I get up. I send him a bunch of stuff to review, because if I have things I need to submit to the patent office, he has to sign off on it and say it's okay to file before I can file it. I sent him three sets of 2 things first thing this morning, and I'm just waiting to hear back from him. So he'll get back to me eventually, and usually he'll say, yeah, good to file, but I have to have that confirmation before I file it. And then I'll file it. I prepare a draft email to the client to report the filing. I get a copy of everything that's filed with the receipt. It's a whole thing. So I will do all that later. But it doesn't have to be done in any certain time, and that's one thing I love about my job, is that as long as I get it done, they don't care when I get it done. If I want to work at 8 o'clock at night, it doesn't matter. As long as the work gets done, they don't care when I do it, which is great because, like, if I have to take my son to an orthodontist appointment or I have an appointment or something, you know, I can work that in, so it's not a big deal. It's really great. I love the position I'm in, and I realize how lucky I am. You know, this is the first time in my life I've been in a position like this, and it's fantastic. I'm very grateful to have the good fortune that I do. I really am. So I'm waiting for him to get back to me. My older son does not have school this week. He's between semesters. They start back next week. Because of testing and stuff, it's weird. They have this weird testing schedule, and if you're not testing, then you don't have to go to school. I think it's wasted time, personally. I think they could take this week and do something useful with it. I mean, if you saw the state's test scores for last year, there was so much learning loss last year. It is hard to wrap your brain around how bad it is. Like, y'all could take this time and be teaching them something. Anyway, so my son and I got that light bulb out. I had a light bulb that was stuck, and I had him hold a flashlight so I could see what I was doing. And I tried turning it, and it would turn a little bit, and then it would stop. So what I ended up doing, and I didn't want to do this, but I ended up doing it. I just took a plastic bag, like a Ziploc bag, and covered it and sort of tapped it with a hammer and broke it and got all the broken glass out. Nobody got hurt. I had safety glasses on. My son was back here. Everybody's fine. All the broken glass was contained in the bag. We're fine. And I used pliers to get the screw, you know, the metal part out. Turn the power off first, of course. Got it out. Got a new bulb in. Yay! We did it! And while I was at it, I cleaned the countertop off because it probably needed it anyway. That joker behind me has got some lights. You could light up a gnat's asshole with those lights. Why in the middle of the day do you have your lights on like that? I think they're on bright. You can't really see how bright they are. They're insanely bright. They're hurting my eyes, and it's almost noon and they're hurting my eyes. I can only imagine how bright they'd be in the dark. Jackhole. So, you know where we're headed now? I was getting to that. I told you all that to tell you this. You know where we're going? We're going to Total Wine. Did you know that there's a store here and it's called Total Wine? We're not half-assing the wine. It is Total Wine. I've only been there once, and it was years ago, but they just got wine out the wazoo. Now, I'll tell you, I'm not a big wine drinker. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't really drink alcohol. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. You know, if it's there, if people are having drinks, I'll have a drink. I don't have a problem with it. But I wouldn't ride two on a mule to go get any. It just, you know, alcohol just does not appeal to me like that. And I'm glad it doesn't, because there is a little strain of alcoholism that kind of runs through my dad's family and my mom's family too, actually. My great-grandfather was an alcoholic, her grandfather. And so I'm really glad I don't have a taste for it, because quite a few people in my family, past and present, have a taste for alcohol, definitely. So I'm glad I don't. Plus it's expensive and, you know, Anyway, so I thought it would be fun to try to do a little video in Total Wine. I don't think we've ever done a video in there. I could be wrong. I've been doing this now for 6.5 years, and maybe I did. You make 3,000 videos for YouTube, you're probably going to repeat one without realizing it. I have repeated videos without realizing I'd already done it. So I do apologize, but after a while, you just forget. You know, they all kind of blur together. I'll probably have to do a voiceover. If memory serves me correctly, they do play music in there. And I always say this because people ask, you know, why do you do voiceovers sometimes? Why don't you make a video in this store or that store? If there is loud music, if there's music playing in the background, I can get a copyright ding for that. Because YouTube assumes that I'm trying to add copyrighted music to my video, because the AI picks up on that, and it says, you're trying to, you know, play whatever, Fine Young Cannibals. We can't have that. You didn't pay them. So that's why I don't do it, because you can get in trouble for that. So I have started, and at first I didn't want to do voiceovers because I didn't I didn't think it would go well, but some people really like them. And for some stores, if I didn't do voiceovers, I wouldn't be able to make a video in there at all unless I just made a video with no audio in it. You can't cut the music out. Not without cutting out, whatever I'm saying. So, anyway, that's what I probably would end up having to do. But I figured while I'm waiting for my attorney to respond to me, there's Lidl back there. While I'm waiting for him to respond, I will just go ahead and run out to Total Wine and see if we can make a video in Total Wine. I don't understand. Now, I don't see if I'm the only one that feels this way, and I don't mean anything by this, but what is the obsession with wine, with middle-class women? What is that? Mama needs her wine, and it's wine o'clock. Wine, 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 wine. You sound like Otis from Mayberry. What is your obsession with wine? What is going on in your life that you are that obsessed with wine? I don't understand it. I don't get it, and I know people like that. Oh, they can't wait to get home and get their glass of wine, and then another glass of wine. Okay. I don't know about all that. What is this fascination with it? I just don't understand. They don't obsess over beer or sherry or scotch. No, it's wine. Get a big old bottle of wine. I just don't get it. I don't know. There's a skunk. I keep smelling skunk. It's probably my attitude I'm smelling. I do. There's just this waft. Either that or I have a tumor or something. I don't know. I keep smelling skunk. Ugh. Somebody hit a skunk or scared it or did something to it. I grew up believing that skunks were going to be a big problem. There were so many sitcoms where, one of the people got sprayed by a skunk or they ran across one somewhere. I lived out in a very rural area, and I never once saw a skunk. I smell them every now and then, see a dead one on the side of the road, but I never encountered one personally. It's kind of like quicksand. I thought quicksand was going to be a big problem too. I also thought people would be offering me drugs every 5 minutes. Nobody ever offered me any drugs. I feel kind of disappointed. I was kind of expecting to get to use the speech that the DARE officer taught us about. If you're ever offered drugs, now here's what you say. I can't remember it now. I'm going to keep my body clean or something like that. Just say no. Well, I never got to because nobody ever offered me any drugs. I never ended up in any quicksand. And I never got sprayed by a skunk, so I never got to see if the tomato juice in the bathtub would work or not. I've heard that doesn't work. I don't know. I hope I never have to find out. I don't want to get sprayed by a skunk. That would suck. And all the pets I had that lived outside as a child, and they would run around in the woods with me. None of us ever got sprayed by a skunk. Dang it, I feel like I've missed out on some key parts of life that every TV show told me I would deal with back in the 80s. Okay. So I don't understand this middle class woman's obsession with wine. I don't understand. You can buy all kinds of clothes and things with clever little wine sayings on them, and of course cutting boards and kitchen towels and aprons and glasses and wine. Ugh. It's boring. I mean, come up with something else. Oh, there's a really funny, well, I don't know, you might not find it funny. There's a funny group on Facebook that I have recently joined. And the name of the group is something like, this name is an effing tragedy, and it's spelled Tragedigh. And it's about people that give their kids names that are just like, what? Why would you name your child that? And some of the names that people have given their children, I have what may be a controversial opinion about that. Why would you give your child a name that nobody is ever going to pronounce correctly, no one is going to spell correctly, and they're going to have to spell it and pronounce it their entire lives until the day they die? I just don't do that. Everybody wants to make sure their child is unique. I want it to have a unique name. Well, anymore, if you just named them John or Jane or Michelle, Brian. That would be unique as hell because nobody does it anymore. They'd be the only one in their class with that name. You've got Jackston, Braxton, Maxton, Paley, Saley, Rayleigh, Jaylee, bleedy, 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 E-I-G-H on the end of everything. X's and Z's in there that don't belong. And again, I'm not making fun of anybody. I don't get that either. If you want your child to be unique, take some of that energy and put it into, you know, helping them take classes and learn interesting things and take them on field trips to museums. If you want your child to be unique, quit worrying about how their name is spelled and put some of that energy into something that would actually make them unique. Teach them how to count back change anymore. That'd make them unique. Nobody can do that anymore. They can't. People can't do math in their head and they can't count back change. They just don't know how. That will make them unique. There is trash everywhere in this parking lot. That's nasty. Look at this. Look at all that trash. Look at all that trash. This is This is outside of Walmart. Have you ever in your life? It's disgusting. I'm watching where I'm going. There's nobody back here. All right, let me get. Damn. All right, let me get turned around. You know, I told you one of my New Year's resolutions was that I was going to start picking up trash. I've run across several areas like this where, like that area right there, I don't have time to do it today, but you know what I'm going to do one day? I'm going to come out here one day with a trash bag and I'm going to pick all that up. I'm going to put some rubber gloves on first, but I'm going to pick all that trash up. I can't stand it. And I got to thinking about it. Well, quit bitching about it and do something about it, you know. Be the change you want to see in the world. God almighty. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. So I'm going to come out here one day. I'm going to clean that up. There's another place too over by the Roses here in Greensboro. Same thing. There's trash everywhere. I'm going to pick it up. All right, so we're at Total Wine. I have aggravated myself. I saw that trash and now I'm all befuddled now. You know what the sign says? It actually says Total Wine and more. Look. Well, shit, you can't see. Look it. Total Wine and more. This is going to be fun. So, yeah, I'm going to go into Total Wine and more. And I doubt I'm going to buy anything, but I'm going to walk around in there and see what we can find. There was something I was going to tell you now. I saw the trash and it's thrown me off. So, anyway, I hope you have a good day. And I will... Oh, shit. The door. That's what I was going to tell you about. I called the corporate office again for Window World. And I talked to somebody and they said, yeah, we know about your videos on YouTube. I didn't tell them anything about any videos. I told the local office about it. And they said, yeah, we forwarded those videos to the local office for them to watch. I said, okay. I did tell them, though, I said, that's my little channel. Regardless of how this turns out, I will be talking about y'all on my bigger channel, and it's about 30 times the size of that one. So, we'll see how it goes. So far, I told them what we know about the lock and everything. And for the first time today, the Window World of the Triad actually called me today for the first time. They've never called me before. They called me and said, yeah, we're working on getting a low-profile keypad. I said, I know, but the guy that came out here said he didn't know how long it would be before it was available. And he said, well, I'll try to find out something, and I will let you know on Monday how long it's going to be before you get your low-profile keypad. And he did offer to reimburse me if I have to have a third key made. He said, I'm willing to reimburse you for that. And I'm sorry for all the, I'm sorry for all the delays that you've had. I said, I didn't have the delays. you did, or something like that. I said, it wasn't my delay, it was y'all's fault that we had these problems, not mine. And he said, oh, yes, ma'am, I just worded that wrong. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I have 2 keys for 3 people. But I'm going to wait. I will await his call on Monday, and we will see what he tells me about the keypad. So, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great day. We have some nasty weather coming on Sunday. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'll be able to make a video or not. It depends. I'm in an area where, you know, if a bird changes directions quickly, our power goes out, because our power grid, something's weird. I live in this sad little trapezoid where we lose power all the time. So hopefully I'll be able to make a video, but if not, I guess I'll get back to it on Monday. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I will see you again soon.